that you have to do. There's too many things. So the fastest way, right? The best way, not just the fastest, I believe, is to grow. Is to grow right away. You need to grow right away. And the way that you do that is you begin creating cash flow fast, so that you can support, so that you don't keep the money. This is something that I didn't understand when I started. I started spending my money like an idiot, right? But you don't keep the money. You don't keep the money. You invest it right away to bringing someone else in. But I didn't know better, right? I had to learn that the hard way. If you're an artist and you're starting out, and you find the cash flow, don't keep the money, give it to someone else so that you can multiply yourself. Now there's two of you, right? So now, because being an artist, there's a lot of shit involved in being a full-time artist. There's a lot of shit involved in it. And so this is why people are like, oh no, I'll just throw the towel. This doesn't mean that you can't do it alone. Of course you can do it alone. You know? Of course you can. And a lot of people are fine just doing it alone. Bringing in $1,000, a couple of $1,000, whatever, a month. If that's happiness, man, you made it. You know, that you can do it. It's happiness, right? But there's some of us that are kind of local, and we're like, nah, I want to bring a little bit more, right? I want to bring a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe you spend too much. Maybe you're like me. I don't know. I want to bring a little bit more. And so the best way to do that is to go and hire people. Right? You have to hire because there's so many things involved. I do think that that's a problem. Almost no one's teaching artists this, that you need to grow. And I'm starting a podcast. Last night I went and I got myself I downloaded Anchor on my phone. Just starting a podcast. I'm going to be talking about all this stuff, you know. All these things that I know. I've learned this thing. I have over 20 years learning all these things. And I just give them away free. I freely give them away from, you know, I do coach artists and I go deeper into it. And the only reason I go deeper with artists is because I'm trying to understand where they're standing. That's the only reason. I want to know where they're standing, right? So that I can really dissect and help. Because many times I don't, you know, what I'm telling, I can be telling someone this right now and it makes no sense at all because they're not ready for it. Maybe they're starting out and they have no idea. Or I could be telling someone this who's ready for it, and that was the key. That was what they needed. But they don't know how to go about it. And that's where coaching comes in, right? We open it and I show step by step how to go about it. Because I'm doing it, right? Not because I imagine it, but because I'm doing it. I'm doing it myself. I'm hiring people. I'm doing it myself. I'm growing, right? I'm growing. And that's where my eye is. My eye is on growth. And the reason why is because there's so many things involved in it. And again, I don't want to discourage anyone. Absolutely, I'll send you the podcast link. I don't want to discourage anyone from thinking that you can't do it unless you're like this huge studio with like, you know, a dozen people in your studio. No, you can do it by yourself. I did it by myself in the beginning, then I had to get my wife to help me. But in the beginning, I was doing it by myself. Then I got my wife to help me. My wife left her job. She came and helped me. And then that's when I started hiring more people. Right? And now I'm looking to expand more. I want to see if by the end of the year there can be 10 of us in my studio. And if there's not, that's fine. I know it takes time.